this video, I'm gonna show you 6 tools that every Airbnb host ought to have. I personally use every single one of the tools in this video, and they're all incredible. Over the last 8 years, I've probably tried over 100 different Airbnb tools, and most of them have been duds. But these 6 are the ones that I actually still use and love. Let's get started. First up, I've got to give a huge shout out to August Smart Locks. If you're still running your Airbnb with a physical key, you are truly living in the Stone Age. August Lock is a Wi-Fi enabled smart lock that integrates directly with Airbnb. It's super easy to install because it uses your door's existing deadbolt, which is also super handy because it means you don't need to rekey any of the locks. Once it's installed, you or your guests can unlock the door remotely from anywhere in the world via the August app. This feature is super handy. Anytime a guest gets locked out, you can just open the door for them with a push of the button on your smartphone. Before August, we had to either drive to the property ourselves or pay a handyman to drive out, which was a total pain. What I personally do is pair the August lock with an integrated keypad. That way guests don't actually need to download any apps, and I can just give them a 4-digit code. Now, the even cooler thing about August is that it actually integrates with Airbnb. So anytime you get a booking, Airbnb will automatically create a unique code for the guests to use during their stay. The code works on a schedule, so it'll only work from the time the guest checks in till the time the guest checks out. Maximum security, total peace of mind, and super simple to set up. I also keep a physical key in a lockbox at the property just in case of any malfunctions, but I rarely, if ever, need to use it. Next up, let's talk about another piece of hardware that makes things easier for guests and also makes you more money. It's a device called StayFi that hooks up to your existing Wi-Fi router. Once it's connected, guests will no longer need a password to connect to the Wi-Fi. That in and of itself is super convenient. Instead of using a password, guests will now log in using their name and email address, just like at a hotel. So now you can collect guest emails for future remarketing. I like this a lot because my listings accommodate larger groups. So I'll often have one person book, collect their friend's email during the stay, and then have their friend rebook with us down the road. Next up, tool number 3 is called Hostfully. It's the most intuitive way to create guest books for your listing. And having a great guest book means fewer issues for guests, plus a better experience. I like Hostfully for a few reasons. Number 1, it's cheap. Their basic plan is actually free for one guidebook, and if you want the pro features, it's still only $10 a month. Number 2, it's super easy to use, especially for guests. I've tried other guidebooks over the years, and the thing is, they aren't easy to use. People won't use them. So you'll end up answering all the same questions and they become pretty much useless. And number 3, they're super customizable. You can easily create different cards for different amenities, upload videos, photos, text, and do all sorts of other useful stuff. Here's a pro tip. Instead of explaining how to use things, just embed a video directly into your guidebook. We've got videos for how to use the hot tub, the sauna, and all sorts of other things. Most people much prefer to watch a video, and in my experience, you end up with way fewer follow-up questions. Okay, now for tool number 4, this is definitely the tool that makes me the greatest ROI of them all. And speaking of ROI, I've got a no-brainer for you. It's a tool that costs $49 a month and instantly saves you over $4,000. It'll also save you at least 1 to 2 hours a week, and it'll make you a few $100s more every month on top of that. Drum roll, please. It's B&B Tribe. B&B Tribe is a community of hosts from all over the world. It's led by me and all of our amazing members. Inside the tribe, you'll find everything you need to make hosting more profitable and more fun. The link to join is in the description down below, so be sure to check it out. It's literally $49 a month and gets you over $4,000 in instant savings. So the decision to join could not be any easier. Now, back to one of my all-time favorite software tools, Price Labs. In case you aren't familiar, Price Labs is what's called a dynamic pricing tool or pricing automation tool. It updates your pricing according to supply and demand, seasonality, and whatever rules you have set up. Now, I've always said that manual pricing is the way to go when you're first starting out. And I still fully believe that. In fact, I still price every one of my listings manually for at least a few months before switching them over to Price Labs. Doing this will allow you to get a good grasp on what good pricing actually looks like for your property. But once you're ready for it, Price Labs can be an incredible tool. For one thing, it'll save you time by automating all of your pricing adjustments. But more importantly, it'll remove all of the emotion from your pricing. Plus, it'll make updates more frequently, which will ultimately lead to better returns. Some hosts have reported making as much as $20,000 more per year using Price Labs. For a tool that only costs $19.99 a month, I'd say that's a pretty good investment. Tool number 4 is the most recent one that I started to use, and it's been eye-opening to say the least. IntelliHost is a first-of-its-kind tracking tool for your Airbnb. It allows you to track every change you make on your listing and see exactly what impact the changes made. It gives you a usable dashboard to see all your listing stats, search impressions, clicks, bookings. IntelliHost allows you to see it all. More importantly though, you can see how these stats change over time as you update your listing. Airbnb has some built-in tools for this in the Insights tab, but they're extremely lacking. For example, the Views tab on Airbnb is super confusing. The number shown is actually the number of people that saw your property while searching for that date, not the number of people that saw your property while they were searching on that date, which makes no sense. There's actually no way to see how many views your listing got today for all future dates. And that also means there's no way to see how your stats evolve and change over time. Now, the issue there is pretty obvious. If I make a change, let's say I update my cover photo, I want to see if that actually leads to more views, more clicks, and more bookings. Inside of Airbnb, there's literally no way for me to do that. I basically just need to try stuff out and hope for the best. And that's where IntelliHost comes in. It's a super cool tool, and I honestly can't believe that I was unaware of it for this long. Here's another pro tip. IntelliHost and Price Labs can actually work together very effectively. Inside IntelliHost, you can see how often each specific day in your calendar is being viewed. You can also see your booking conversion rate, so you'll know exactly which dates are most likely to get booked. For dates that are likely to get booked, you can easily push out a pricing increase to optimize your returns. And for dates that are unlikely to get booked, you can do the exact opposite and really max out your occupancy rate. I found this to be super helpful, and it's already starting to make me additional revenue. All right, now my last tool is one that I publicly stated is my all-time favorite tool ever created for Airbnb hosts. And I know that's a pretty big statement, but I still stand by it. Bestie is the no-brainer AI tool for Airbnb hosts. It's a tool that several other companies failed miserably trying to create, but Sam and the team over at Bestie pulled through. Ask any Airbnb host what the worst part of hosting is, and they'll tell you. It's needing to be by your phone 24/7, 365. Messages come in from guests at all hours, and a lot of them tend to come in on evenings and weekends, which is less than ideal for most hosts. As AI started to take over, the most obvious use case for Airbnb in my mind was guest communication. But as I started to try out different tools, I quickly lost hope. So many of the tools that I tried just didn't work well. It felt like you were talking to an AI. They created more problems than they solved, and they definitely weren't good enough to actually rely on. Because the only thing worse than guests getting no response at all is guests getting some crappy AI response with the wrong information. And then I tried Bestie AI. For the first time, it was an AI guest communication tool that actually worked. It has draft mode for when you're just getting used to it and you still want to review every message, plus autopilot mode for when the AI is fully trained and you're ready to be completely hands-off. Training the AI and teaching it different things about your listing is dead simple. And it's even got a bunch of upselling and revenue boosting features that'll help you make more money. Nowadays, I have my listings on autopilot every evening and all weekend long. Since starting to use Bestie, our ratings for communication have been through the roof. And for a limited time, everyone who joins B&B Tribe will get 20% off of Bestie for 6 months. The link to join B&B Tribe is in the description down below. We've got discounts and special perks for all of the other tools mentioned in this video as well. And when you join B&B Tribe, you'll also get access to detailed training showing you how to set all of this stuff up. Will help you to not only make more money on Airbnb, but also have way more fun doing it and save money in the process. Joining B&B Tribe is a complete no-brainer, which is why over 100 other hosts are already signed up and loving it. The hosting community inside the group is amazing, and we're all helping one another to level up together. If you're ready to join and be a part of the fun, click the link below and I'll see you inside. Thanks for watching this video, and I'll see you in the next one.